Hello, welcome back to my in vitro journey. This video I'm gonna tell you all about who my doctor is, where I'm doing it, the pricing, and yes, I'm doing in vitro IVF in Mexico. So I'm doing it in Juarez. You know, it's right here in the border with El Paso, so why not do it there? It's much more affordable, and Juarez has really good doctors, like super good doctors. You just have to do your research for it. Everybody wants to know where I'm getting it done. So I'm getting it done with se llama Dr. Jose Antonio Perez Romero. Jose Antonio Perez Romero, yes, that's his name. He's at Gineser Clinic. I'll put the information here. That way you girls can look into it if you're thinking of it, or even if you just need a gynecologist in Juarez. I would go there with him. He's really good. You guys want to know the pricing and like how, like the whole process of it, and I'm going to explain that in this video. So right now I'm about to almost start in vitro. Sorry if I'm talking like a little weird. It's like I still get nervous, you know. But I had about 4 to 6 weeks ago, I had a surgery there with him. I had a laparoscopic surgery. I'm gonna tell you a little back end of why I have to do in vitro. So my tubes are just really messed up. I found out at age like around 2021 that I had a cyst in one of my tubes, and they told me I had to get surgery ASAP because it could rupture, and if it ruptured, I could lose my fallopian tube and I could even die from it. Apparently, I was like, what? I didn't even know that. So I've always had a pain on that side, and I would get it mainly when I would work out. So every time I would work out, I would get that little pain, and I was like, oh, maybe it's a pain, you know, because I'm doing a good workout, like según yo, I'm exercising, you know, all this and this, and nothing. It was that pain, because after they took that out, I've never had the pain again in my side of my stomach. So ya acá pensando, you know, that I was over here working out all hardcore, y nada, que it was my cyst in my tube, like, you know, bugging me. So I had that surgery done when I was 21. They went in there and they took out, I had a laparoscopic surgery. They took out my cyst that I had inside my fallopian tube. Also, they told me my tubes were closed. I have endometriosis too, and the cyst had it closed too. They opened my tubes, but me and my boyfriend, we've never tried to have kids before, and we hadn't really tried until September of 2020. After we got engaged, he was like, you know what, I want kids now. And I was like, okay, I think it's kind of time, because we've been together for a long time and we're finally engaged. So I was like, okay, you know what, I guess the next step, you know, it's time. So then we did start trying, but right before COVID, in February of 2020, I started to have another pain on my side of my stomach. And now that I think of it, it was like kind of like my uterus area, I guess. I was like in super bad pain. Like I was crying like a chiona. Like I was crying, and I was telling my boyfriend, like, you know what, it hurts a lot. Like I think I need to go to the ER. Like take me to the ER. Like I need to go because it hurts a lot. So we go, he takes me, and when we're there, I was like, I'm gonna go, they're gonna give me some medicine. I'm like, give me medicine so I can feel better. And nothing. Like I go and they admitted me in, and they were like, no, like you need to get a surgery, your tube. And I was like, oh, getting problems with my tubes. I was in there for 5 days. I didn't want the doctor there to do surgery on me. I wanted my gynecologist. So I had to wait till like I was better so they could release me. Then I went with my doctor, and he was like, yep, another surgery. They went in there, I woke up, and they told me that they had to remove my tube, that my tube was no good. And I was like, what? Like, you know, if you're a female, you need your tubes to get pregnant. But he told me, you have one, you'll be good. So I was like, okay. This happened in February of 2020. So I was like, okay, like, you know, tengo uno, like, whenever we try, like, a ver qué pasa. Little did I know, we started trying in September. We only tried for 1 month, and I just had this feeling that I'm like, you know what, something's not right. So what I did, I was my insurance had ended here, and I was like, you know what, Juarez is there and they have good doctors. I got my best friend's friend recommended me to him, so I decided to go. And I go and I tell him, you know, my backstory and whatnot, and I told him, you know, check my tubes first. So yes, they send me, they do x-rays, they find out I found out my tube was closed. Both of them were closed. I mean, I only have one. Oh my gosh, pues nomás tengo one left. So they told me, you know, your tube is closed. And I was like, what? Like, they just opened it back in February. And he said, you know what, you have two options. I can reopen your tube with another laparoscopic surgery, and that would already be 3 surgeries of laparoscopy that I've had in my tubes. He's like, and you can, it might work, you can get pregnant, but if you want to have another kid, we're gonna have to go in there next time and, you know, again, reopen it. And I was like, what? That's too many surgeries. I'm like, imagine I want 4 kids 4 times going through that surgery. I was like, no, there's no way. And he told me, your other option is in vitro. We can just remove your tube, you don't have problems with it, and just do in vitro. So in vitro is, you know, artificial insemination. They practically do everything in the lab, and they just insert your embryo in there, and, you know, they just insert everything in your uterus. They do everything in the lab. It's kind of crazy. They put it in there. I'll explain a little bit more in like the next video, but he explained to me what it is, and I was like, oh wait, like I was like, that sounds crazy, but it sounds like a good option since I don't want to go through so many more laparoscopic surgeries. And we decided to go that route. So they took away that tube around 4 to 6 weeks ago. I have bad memory, I don't remember. I'm not gonna look at my phone because then I'm gonna get distracted. But I had that surgery done in Juarez, successful. I'll put a little video maybe here of like my room and where I went. Everything went well with that. I just went back a week later, and he checked my what's it called, my eggs, to make sure that everything was okay. But he told me that he checked my ovaries to make sure that everything was okay. But he told me that he was gonna have to put me in birth control one more month, because something developed from the surgery in my ovary. I'm guessing, like, I don't know if it's cyst, but something similar. I don't remember the name. But prior to me having that surgery, he had put me on birth control for around 2 months prior to that. Guys, I gained like 15 pounds. No, I gained 10 pounds like the first 10 days. I'm like super heavy. I'm like plus 15 pounds. So I'm like really heavy, and it sucks, but you know, anything to be able to go through in vitro and have babies. So he put me in one last month on birth control. So after that, right now I'm ending, like, I just ended my birth control. So the process is, after this time, when I get my period, I'm supposed to go back and we're supposed to start the actual process. And OMG, I'm excited for that. Like we're gonna finally start trying to have babies. Like, it's crazy, but that's something that I do really, really want. Me and my boyfriend, I mean my fiance, sorry, we really, really want to have kids already. And we have the possibility of even having twins through in vitro, so that's even more awesome. Another thing, the price, how much the price is. So everybody's asking me that. For in vitro, it's $6,500 for everything. It includes medicine, and it includes everything. What we have to pay right now, I had to pay for my surgery that I had, my laparoscopic surgery over there. That surgery was $3,000. So I mean, way much more affordable than what it would be here. So actually in vitro, like, you might not need that surgery. That was just me. But in vitro, $6,500, guys. It's a really great price. I think it's an awesome price. And he's a great doctor. Also, I know he told me if I want to go another round after that, I would just have to pay $1,900, which is really awesome. Another thing is the test, like the lab work I've had to done so far. I've only paid probably like around $400 or $500 like, you know, the lab work, and then where they have to check everything, the guy, you, I spent about around 500. So far it looks like we'll be spending, well, I don't know yet since we haven't gotten to start it, but so far in lab work around 500, and then that should be 6,500. So I'll come back whenever we start that process, and hopefully I'll be pregnant soon, guys, when it started. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna try and keep you guys updated. I'm really trying to keep this journey going, because I know I have a lot of people that I know, people that I grew up with, the people that I've met that have been telling me they're having this fertility issue with getting pregnant, and I want to show you guys there's always options, you know, even if it means saving, it's worth it if that's what you really want. So wish me luck. I'll come back when I start the process. Thank you for watching.